We're going to just highlight a few things from it. And Rams staff writer Stu Jackson I felt like he did a great job in his quick hits from Sean McVay's press conference, and he talks about Stafford, Robinson, and Henderson and Hollins. So I won't read through the whole thing, just a few things here. So Rams head coach had multiple updates from an injured and personnel standpoint Wednesday afternoon, covering the latest on Matthew Stafford, defensive tackle A'Shawn Robinson's status, plus the team's decision to waive running back Darrell Henderson and linebacker Justin Hollins. So let's start off here with Matthew Stafford. And we're going to talk more about Stafford in just a bit. But Matthew Stafford is officially in concussion protocol. There was some confusion around it. Sean McVay made it quite clear that we don't know if he has a concussion, but he's in concussion protocol. He's also ruled out for next Sunday's game against Kansas City with a neck issue. So those are two issues, both affecting Matthew Stafford, and we're hoping that Stafford, it heals well. Ultimately, we always got to remember the person outside of football. He's got a family, he's got friends, he's got loved ones. He's a great guy. From what we've seen, and we're pulling for Stafford to come on the other side of this neck issue, but also concussion protocol as well. Hope he's okay, but it sounds like it is the right decision to rule him out this early in the week, not like last week where there's a bit of confusion up in the air and then he ended up practicing. So Stafford is going to be out this week. And we'll talk a little bit more about this, but McVay talked about how it's likely Bryce Perkins who's going to get the majority of first team's reps this week, which I know a lot of Ram fans are excited about because Perkins is a more athletic, mobile quarterback, brings a different skill set than Stafford or John Wolford. McVay did say they're monitoring John Wolford's status throughout the week. He also has a neck injury, and the Rams did bring in a quarterback. I'm forgetting the name of. I apologize. But so it sounds like they've brought some extra help in here in case Wolford can't suit up as well. In talking about A'Shawn Robinson, he tore his meniscus, so he's going to miss the rest of the season. That sucks. I know a lot of people were cheering on Robinson. He logged 42 total tackles and 3 quarterback hits while starting each of Los Angeles' first 10 games. So that's losing another starter. Very, 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 very unfortunate. And hoping that Robinson also heals up well. McVay said, I got a lot of confidence in Marquise Copeland, a lot of confidence in Bobby Brown, a lot of confidence in Eric Henderson, their coach. The things that he's able to produce and the guys that have been thrown out there and do different things with. Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris said, those guys will go out there and do their best. It's hard to fill a guy's shoes like A'Shawn's with one guy, but you do it by committee. So that's kind of another just add to the laundry list of injuries for the Rams. This was probably the more interesting part. They didn't get into a ton of specifics about Henderson and Hollins, but according to head coach Sean McVay, the decision to waive Henderson and Hollins was a matter of doing what they felt was best for the team and both players moving forward, as well as their upcoming free agency next season. Both those guys are free agents and kind of being considerate to what's mostly the most likely step with those guys, McVay said, but appreciated of all their contributions. They were nothing but class with the way they handle that. Henderson recorded 7 carries for 283 yards and 3 touchdowns in 10 games, 7 starts with LA, also adding 17 receptions for 102 yards. He tallied 396 carries, 1,742 yards, and 13 touchdowns overall in his 50-game career with the Rams, 28 starts. And if we scroll down, Hollins registered 26 tackles, 3 quarterback hits, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery while starting in 5 of the Rams' first 10 games. He also totaled 97 tackles. So I won't get into the stats of all that, but wishing Henderson and Hollins nothing but the best. Henderson did get picked up by the Jags today, and I believe Hollins got picked up by the Panthers. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Wishing both those players nothing but success in their respective new teams. And so this sounds like this was just making an offseason decision in season. For whatever reasons, the Rams felt this was the right thing to do. Henderson tweeting out that smiley face seemed like he was okay with it. And that's what kind of brought us to this point. So again, definitely sad to see guys like that go. You're hoping that they do well in their new places. And yes, thank you, TuneLink Man, Case Cookus. Yes, thank you for that. Well, clearly this adds to the drama that is the Rams season. That's just nothing going their way, and you're hoping that we can turn things around. I'm hopeful that we can maybe win 1 or 2 more games. We'll see. We'll get into the Chiefs game here, but I want to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and let's get to the chat. All right, here. Oh, let me just put my marker in. Let's get to the chat. All right.